And I was working as in independent practice at that point, and I was doing still good orthopedic work. And I'd say I'd got like 75 to 80-ish results. And step 9, I'm like, I want 100.
Yeah. At least 9.
Yeah. How do I get 100?
At least a 90. Yeah.
What's missing? And so I remember I had built a condo at that time. When I was working out of the condo, I built it as a work-live loft. It was beautiful and I loved it. And I'd done a ton of construction, and I was in the treatment room in that space. And I was like, please, I know there's an answer that I'm missing. And I was laying on the floor, and I looked up, and there was all these books that were there. And I thought, it must have been something I just didn't get. Like, we only retain 20% of what we hear, even when we're paying attention. Mm-hmm. And that's, again, how our body is wired. That's how our brain is wired. It's not a default. It's just the way it is, or a defect. It's just the way it is. And so I thought, all right, well, I probably need to go back and look at a book. So I'll just go back and look at a book. And I was looking through the books, and I was like, which book? Is it this book? Is it this book? Is it this book? And I kept hearing, no, you're closer. No, you're closer. I'm like, give me the book. Give me the book. And I was like, I'm hearing, and I don't know what I'm hearing. And I laid down on the treatment table, and I looked up at the ceiling, and I was like, there's got to be an answer here somewhere. The very next patient that I had laying on that treatment table looked up at the same ceiling and said, oh, there's an angel on the ceiling right over the treatment table. And I had done the construction in that space, and I had been on that same spot, and I didn't see that angel on the ceiling that I had patched. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's angels looking over me in my treatment setting. Okay, let me lay down on the table again at the end of my workday and ask just one more time. And I heard this word that I had never heard before, and I'm positive I didn't hear it in any books. And so I started looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't quite find it. And I was taking a lot of continuing education because I was thinking answers were outside of me. And I'd be in pretty high level continuing education, and I kind of know what the teacher was going to say before they said it, like the big deal. And I'd already heard the words, and I was like, oh, wait, this feels a little freaky. What the heck? And actually, I didn't recognize that I had received the method on a download until I heard you say that you heard the step system on a download. And I was like, oh, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. I just kept getting information, and I was hungry for more. And I just synthesized something that I didn't know where I got it from. I got it on download. Clearly, you taught me that.
Totally. Yeah. And like, you feel it's a weird experience, don't you think? I mean, there's nothing like it. The download comes because it literally is. It's not like getting an idea. It's like literally coming in, and you're like, I'm gonna do something. You feel like this need to go do something. Like at least I did. I gotta go do something with this. I can't sit here. Writing it down wasn't enough. And I did a similar thing. I asked them. I said, "What's the secret formula of manifestation?" And like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was like, what? Like what? Like it had been coming in, and then I put together like the morning. I was getting like dreams where I wake up and I have like this old man be like, yellow is 2, and there's just like numbers like that. And so, anyways, then it unpacked eventually. So it's just kind of following the instinct. And then you kind of this is really, really valuable, because I honestly think, Gina, like this is kind of how God sneaks back stuff when they burn down a library like Alexandria. It's like when, in ancient times, they would kill the ancient language. I think it comes back through people like us and like you. I think it comes back. I'd imagine, Schatz then or something. No, I'm kidding. But, I think we come down, we channel this. But I also feel like, do you feel like you're entrusted with it? I mean, do you have since then any sort of like relationship deal going with them? And who is it? Do you know?
It's 1,000%. In fact, I feel a little disrespectful, but I already made my commitment, so I'm okay to tell the story. So I figured out my method, and like you, I was told, put your hands here, do this, and I'd go back and look at my anatomy books, and it wouldn't make any sense where my hands were. Like it wasn't even called apart. And so then I was getting all these results, and so my 75 to 85% results turned into 100%, and my patients were like not coming back for a while. And I'd call them and say, is everything okay? And they're like, oh yeah, like this, it totally worked. And that was really invigorating for a while. And then I got bored with that. I was like, oh, okay, conquered, done. What's next? And I told myself that I must be like ready for another career change, because I mean, the average career of an adult is like 6 careers or something. So I was only on one. Maybe I was just supposed to figure this one out and then move on. And I went to school and got an interior design degree, totally random, not connected. Loved it, had a blast. Like, give me all the good stuff. You know, the tourist in me is like, yes, yes, all the good furniture, yes, yes. And I remember sitting at my desk one night, and I had a stack of patient files and a stack of design client work. And I remember looking at them both and feeling like, well, one of them should feel better than the other. And I was sort of in my head about it. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do the design stuff. And I went to go reach for the design work paper. And I very clearly heard a very deep baritone voice that I'd only heard one other time when I was a teenager and about to get into some serious self trouble. Different story that doesn't matter, but I recognized the voice. And this voice said, you can do the design work, but we've asked you to do the other two. Like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So I thought, okay, well then I'll just do both for a while. And I did like for like a couple years. And then the place, you know, it was fun. It was a nice, you know, ride for my ego. I got on HGTV, and then I sort of felt like that was actually really over. And then I was even more invigorated with the body work. And I was like, okay, so every time I question it or I doubt it, or I feel like the heaviness of the responsibility of having this method, and, you know, it feels reverent and full of responsibility. And if I'm ever in question, I remember that voice. I was asked and I accept it. So it doesn't matter what else I do. I'm always going to do this. And I'm actually quite proud of it now. I've come around.
Well, it should be. I mean, I don't know. I kind of get the feeling like you were just expressing a past life as a gay man there for a minute. So that's what I pick up, like, psychically. He just like he wanted to come out or whatever. He's out now and he can do it. You know, and now your offices look fabulous. You know, so you know, kind of your lobbies are your lobbies are amazing. You know, we got to sit there. But
maybe Cleopatra. Maybe it wasn't a gay man. Maybe it was Cleopatra from a past life.
Totally, with back problems. Like, it's probably convoluted. No, I get it. I mean, I think we download a lot of our talents, and we have the choice. And I kind of have a feeling in heaven we're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this or this, and we sort of load up the back, you know, we load the baked potato up, and then we get down here, we're like, okay. And I remember I did get born in that life, or whatever. But that's interesting. Now, do you have any kind of promises since, like, with it? I mean, like for me, like I got a lot of I mean, I was told a lot of stuff. I mean, as far as the rules, kind of. You know, with me and the rules, and a lot of things. There's a lot I haven't revealed yet because they told me not to. Like, it's against the rules. Like, so I just obey like a good boy. But overall, it's like I realized I was the guardian. Like, they had chosen me as this guardian, and so lately I've been calling myself the channel guardian of the step system, because I think I'm just here to like watch over it, make sure no one screws with it again. You know, kind of thing. Are there instructions for you as well in that regard?
There is. I haven't had instructions to guard it. I mean, I've heard you say that before, and I was like, oh, was I supposed to hear that? Like, am I hearing that through Christopher so that I could hear it? I don't have anything to guard, but I have been asked to protect it.
Oh, okay. Well, kind of same. Okay. One has a weapon, one doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's slightly different flavor.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I used the wrong word, but ultimately, it's just that it doesn't fall in the wrong hands. It maintains respect to it, you know, don't sell it out, you know, typical what you do with God's stuff, you know, God's information, you treat it with respect. So, and then what's amazing is how, just to compare with you, it's like that 100% mark. Oh, you know, like the fact you're hitting 100, right? Like, that's kind of at first kind of hard to accept, isn't it? A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like imposter syndrome. I must be a fraud. Maybe I think I'm better than I am. Who am I? Like, all my old, like, anything that was psychologically not yet resolved, all of that comes out. And again, it's part of what I now in hindsight recognize I felt as the responsibility, that in order to be able to hold this method and share it openly with other practitioners, I needed to not be in the way. And if I wasn't clear with my own shit, and I was still doubting myself and questioning the download, or being too afraid to acknowledge that it was a download. I mean, that really came out from working with you, that like I get to just say it and not worry. The part of me that was like, oh, what are people going to think? Like, that's my ego. Like, it's none of my business what people think. And if I'm worried about that and I'm holding back the method, then I haven't really embodied my commitment. I was asked to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So then do it and stop being in the way.
It's hard to accept that part at first, but then like I come from astrology where there's like all these astrology schools and like the knowledge goes back to, I don't know, Plato. I don't know how far it goes back. And so you introduce somebody new to astrology, like, who the fuck are you? It's like, I need an excuse. It wasn't me, but I was honest. It's like, it did just come out of nowhere. It did just come out of nowhere. Like it was just, I couldn't deny it. That's one thing. It's like, it's undeniable. You didn't think about that a second ago. You didn't ask yourself like, hey, let's come up with a pretend system. Like that's difficult.